Ever wondered if doubt could be your secret weapon? The audiobook, The Doubt Advantage, Skepticism in Critical Thinking, reveals how skepticism can supercharge your critical thinking and fuel personal growth. Discover how to question everything, spot biases, and make smarter decisions. Don't let outdated beliefs hold you back. Learn to harness doubt and skepticism for clarity, authenticity, and success in all areas of life. Miss this, and you might never unlock your full potential. Your journey to a sharper mind starts here. Before we go on, I invite you to download the free bundle, which contains the ebook version of this book and an executive summary of all the chapters with the key takeaways. Studies show that engaging with content through multiple formats significantly enhances learning and retention. Click on the first link in the description to claim your free bundle now and maximize your learning potential. Now it's free, but it won't be for long, so make sure to grab it while you can. Chapter 1. Start with doubt. Doubt. It's a word that often carries negative connotations, evoking feelings of uncertainty, hesitation, and even fear. But what if we told you that doubt could be your greatest ally in personal growth? That by embracing doubt, you could unlock a world of possibilities and transform your life in ways you never imagined. In a world that often demands unwavering certainty, we're taught to suppress our doubts and project confidence at all times. Yet it's precisely this unquestioning acceptance that can lead us astray, trapping us in rigid thinking patterns and stunting our personal growth. The truth is, doubt is not the enemy. It's the key that unlocks the door to deeper understanding and self-discovery. As you embark on this journey through the doubt advantage, you'll discover how to harness the power of skepticism and transform it into a potent tool for critical thinking and personal development. This book will challenge you to question everything you think you know, pushing you beyond the boundaries of your comfort zone and into a realm of endless possibilities. In this first chapter, we'll lay the foundation for your transformative journey. You'll learn to reframe doubt as a positive force, cultivating a mindset of curiosity and inquiry that will serve as the bedrock for your personal growth. By the time you finish this book for the first time, you'll have developed a foundational understanding of the role of doubt in personal growth and begun to question your preconceived notions and beliefs. But this is just the beginning. As you continue to apply these principles over time, you'll find yourself becoming increasingly open to new ideas and perspectives. Your intellectual and personal evolution will become a continuous process, driven by the engine of healthy skepticism. The journey ahead involves two crucial steps: embracing doubt as a positive force and cultivating a mindset of curiosity and inquiry. These steps are carefully chosen and ordered to maximize your growth potential. By first establishing doubt as a foundation, we set the stage for deeper exploration. This naturally leads to curiosity, which becomes the fuel for your ongoing personal growth. Let's start by redefining doubt. Traditionally, doubt has been viewed as a weakness, a lack of confidence or conviction. We're often told to believe in ourselves and to push aside any uncertainties. But this view is not only limiting, it's potentially harmful to our personal development. Instead, let's consider doubt as a catalyst for growth. When we doubt, we open ourselves up to new possibilities. We create space for learning and improvement. Doubt is the first step in challenging our assumptions and expanding our understanding of the world around us. Think of doubt as a spotlight, illuminating areas of our knowledge and beliefs that warrant further investigation. It's not about being indecisive or lacking conviction. Rather, it's about having the courage to question and the wisdom to recognize that our current understanding might be incomplete or flawed. This brings us to the power of skepticism. It's important to distinguish between skepticism and cynicism. While cynicism is a general distrust or pessimism about everything, skepticism is a thoughtful, questioning approach to information and ideas. A healthy skeptic doesn't reject ideas outright, but examines them critically before accepting or rejecting them. Cultivating healthy skepticism involves developing a habit of questioning, not for the sake of being contrarian, but in pursuit of truth and understanding. It means being open to changing your mind when presented with compelling evidence, and being willing to say, "I don't know," when you lack sufficient information. Doubt serves as a foundation for curiosity. When we doubt, we naturally begin to ask questions. Is this really true? How do we know this? What if there's another explanation? These questions spark inquiry and drive us to seek out new information and perspectives. By leveraging doubt for self-discovery, we embark on a journey of continuous learning and growth. We become more adaptable, more open-minded, and more capable of navigating the complexities of our rapidly changing world. As you progress through this book, you'll encounter various strategies for harnessing the power of doubt. In the Question Everything chapter, you'll learn how to break free from autopilot thinking and engage more deeply with your beliefs and actions. The Seek Evidence chapter will equip you with tools to distinguish between opinion and reality, making more informed decisions that lead to meaningful progress. But remember, the journey doesn't end when you finish reading. The true power of these concepts lies in their continued application in your daily life. As you practice and refine these skills, you'll find that critical thinking becomes second nature, requiring less conscious effort while yielding increasingly powerful results. The path ahead is not always easy. Embracing doubt can be uncomfortable at first. It requires us to let go of the illusion of certainty and to be vulnerable in the face of the unknown. But it's precisely this discomfort that signals growth. As you push through these challenges, you'll discover a newfound resilience and adaptability that will serve you well in all aspects of your life. As we conclude this chapter, consider the possibilities that lie ahead. By starting with doubt, you're taking the first step on a transformative journey. You're choosing to break free from the limitations of unquestioned beliefs and to explore the vast landscape of human knowledge and experience. In the chapters that follow, we'll delve deeper into the practical applications of skepticism in critical thinking. You'll learn to spot biases, evaluate claims, and challenge norms. Each step will build upon the last, creating a powerful framework for continuous personal growth and development. Are you ready to embrace the power of doubt? To question everything you think you know and open yourself up to new possibilities? The journey ahead promises not just knowledge, but wisdom, not just information, but transformation. As we move forward, prepare to uncover the hidden assumptions that shape your worldview. In the next chapter, we'll explore how questioning everything can lead to breakthrough insights and personal revelations. The path to true understanding often begins with 3 simple words: I don't know. Embrace them, for they are the key to unlocking your full potential. Before we continue, make sure to subscribe to Grow to the Top and activate notifications to receive more self-improvement tips that will supercharge your growth. And make sure to give this video a thumbs up and share it with your friends. It really helps the channel grow. Thank you for your support. Chapter 2, Question Everything. Have you ever wondered why the sky is blue? Or why we drive on the right side of the road in some countries and the left in others? These seemingly simple questions can lead us down fascinating paths of discovery, unveiling the intricate tapestry of our world. But how often do we actually pause to ask such questions in our daily lives? In our fast-paced world, it's all too easy to fall into patterns of automatic thinking and unquestioned acceptance. We navigate through our days on autopilot, rarely stopping to examine the beliefs and assumptions that guide our actions. But what if we told you that the key to unlocking your full potential lies in cultivating a habit of questioning everything? This chapter invites you to embark on a journey of curiosity and discovery. We'll explore how embracing a questioning mindset can transform your approach to life, enhancing your critical thinking skills and deepening your understanding of the world around you. By the end of this chapter, you'll have the tools to break free from autopilot thinking and engage more actively in shaping your beliefs and actions. But why is this important for enhanced critical thinking? When we question, we actively engage with information rather than passively accepting it. This engagement stimulates our minds, encouraging us to look beyond the surface and seek deeper understanding. It's like exercising a muscle. The more we question, the stronger our critical thinking skills become. Moreover, questioning promotes insight. When we ask why or how, we often uncover connections and patterns that we might otherwise miss. This deeper understanding not only enriches our knowledge, but also enhances our ability to apply that knowledge in creative and innovative ways. To truly embrace a questioning mindset, we must first break free from autopilot thinking. We all have automatic thought patterns, mental shortcuts that help us navigate daily life without consciously processing every decision. While these patterns can be efficient, they can also lead us to overlook important details or make assumptions that may not be accurate. Identifying these automatic thought patterns is the first step. Pay attention to your thoughts throughout the day. Are there beliefs or judgments that you accept without question? Are there decisions you make habitually without considering alternatives? Recognizing these patterns opens the door to more mindful questioning. One technique for mindful questioning is the 5 whys method. When faced with a situation or belief, ask why 5 times in succession. Each answer becomes the basis for the next question, helping you dig deeper into the root causes or underlying assumptions. This simple yet powerful technique can reveal insights you never knew existed. As you cultivate this questioning habit, you'll find yourself naturally developing the art of asking questions. But not all questions are created equal when it comes to critical thinking. Open-ended questions that begin with how, why, or what if tend to elicit more thoughtful responses than closed-ended questions that can be answered with a simple yes or no. Consider the difference between asking, "Do you like your job?" and "What aspects of your job do you find most fulfilling?" The second question invites a more nuanced and insightful response, potentially revealing information that the first question might miss entirely. Developing a questioning habit takes practice. Start by setting a daily goal to ask a certain number of thoughtful questions. These could be about anything: current events, your own beliefs, or the way things work in your environment. The key is to make questioning a regular part of your mental routine. As you progress in your questioning journey, you'll inevitably encounter assumptions, those unexamined beliefs that we often take for granted. Challenging these assumptions is crucial for critical thinking, but first, we need to recognize them. Hidden assumptions often lurk in our language and thought patterns. Phrases like "everyone knows that" or "it's just common sense" can be red flags for unexamined assumptions. When you catch yourself or others using such phrases, pause and ask, "Is that really true? How do we know?" Once you've identified an assumption, you can test it using various techniques. One effective method is to consider the opposite. If you assume X is true, what would it mean if X were false? This mental exercise can help you see the assumption from a different perspective and evaluate its validity more objectively. Another powerful technique is to seek out diverse viewpoints. Engage in discussions with people who have different backgrounds or beliefs. Their perspectives might challenge your assumptions in ways you hadn't considered, leading to a more nuanced understanding of the topic at hand. To truly internalize these concepts, it's essential to put them into practice. One practical exercise you might find helpful is keeping a daily questioning journal. Each day, write down 3 to 5 questions that you've asked or encountered. Reflect on why you asked these questions and what insights they led to. Over time, you'll notice patterns in your questioning and see how your critical thinking skills are evolving. Another valuable exercise is practicing Socratic questioning. Named after the ancient Greek philosopher Socrates, this method involves asking probing questions to stimulate critical thinking and illuminate ideas. You can practice this with a friend or even by yourself, taking a belief or idea and systematically questioning its assumptions, evidence, implications, and viewpoints. As you embrace this questioning mindset, you'll begin to see a transformation in your thinking and decision-making processes. At a good outcome, you'll develop an increased awareness of your personal beliefs. You'll start to recognize the assumptions underlying your thoughts and actions, giving you greater control over your choices. An excellent outcome would be the ability to critically analyze new information. Instead of accepting things at face value, you'll instinctively examine claims, consider evidence, and evaluate arguments. This skill is invaluable in our information-rich world, helping you navigate complex issues and make more informed decisions. The best outcome, however, is mastery of questioning as a tool for growth. At this level, questioning becomes second nature, an integral part of how you interact with the world. You'll find yourself constantly learning, adapting, and evolving, driven by an insatiable curiosity and a deep understanding of the power of questions. Of course, as with any powerful tool, there are potential pitfalls to be aware of. One common issue is over-questioning, leading to indecision. When every choice becomes an opportunity for deep analysis, it's easy to get stuck in a loop of endless questioning. To avoid this, set clear goals for your inquiry. Ask yourself, what do I need to know to make this decision? And focus your questions on gathering that specific information. Another challenge you might face is resistance from others when you start questioning widely accepted ideas or practices. Some people may feel threatened or uncomfortable when their assumptions are challenged. To navigate this, practice empathetic communication. Frame your questions as a desire to learn and understand, rather than as a challenge or criticism. As we conclude this chapter, reflect on the journey you've begun. You're not just learning to ask questions, you're cultivating a mindset that will serve you in every aspect of your life. Each question you ask is a step towards greater understanding, more informed decisions, and a richer, more engaged life experience. But this is just the beginning. As you continue to hone your questioning skills, you'll find that the world opens up in ways you never imagined. The next chapter will introduce you to a powerful tool that complements your newfound questioning habit. It's a skill that separates the truly discerning thinker from the merely curious. Are you ready to take your critical thinking to the next level? Prepare to uncover the hidden patterns that shape our understanding of reality. Chapter 3: Seek Evidence. In our quest for knowledge and understanding, we often find ourselves at a crossroads. On one path, we have our intuitions, beliefs, and the opinions of those around us. On the other, we have a less traveled road, one that demands more from us but promises greater rewards. This path is paved with evidence, and it's the one we'll be exploring in this chapter. But what exactly do we mean by evidence? And why is it so crucial to our journey of personal growth and critical thinking? As we delve into this chapter, you'll discover that evidence is more than just facts and figures. It's a powerful tool that can transform the way you make decisions, perceive the world, and navigate the complexities of modern life. At its core, seeking evidence is about grounding our thoughts and actions in reality. It's about moving beyond mere opinions and assumptions to establish a solid foundation for our beliefs and decisions. This approach is particularly important in an age where information, both reliable and unreliable, is at our fingertips. Consider for a moment how you typically make decisions. Do you rely on your gut feeling? Do you turn to friends or family for advice? While these methods have their place, they often lack the rigor and objectivity that evidence-based thinking provides. By seeking evidence, we create a factual basis for our decisions, one that's less susceptible to biases and misconceptions. Moreover, an evidence-based approach helps us differentiate between reality and perception. Our perceptions are shaped by a myriad of factors: our experiences, cultural background, and even our mood at any given moment. Evidence acts as a reality check, allowing us to see beyond our personal lens and grasp a more objective view of the world. But why is this important for enhanced critical thinking? The answer lies in the nature of critical thinking itself. Critical thinking isn't just about being smart or knowledgeable. It's about being able to analyze, evaluate, and synthesize information effectively. Evidence provides the raw material for this process. It gives us something concrete to work with, to question, and to build upon. As we start to embrace evidence-based thinking, One of the first challenges we encounter is distinguishing between opinion and fact. In our daily lives, we're bombarded with a mix of both, often presented in ways that blur the lines between them. A news article might present a journalist's interpretation alongside factual events. A friend might share a strongly held belief as if it were an indisputable truth. Learning to separate opinion from fact is a crucial skill in evidence-based thinking. Facts are verifiable, objective pieces of information. They can be observed, measured, or proven. Opinions, on the other hand, are subjective interpretations or judgments. They may be based on facts, but they go beyond what can be objectively verified. For instance, the Earth orbits the Sun is a fact. It can be verified through scientific observation and measurement. On the other hand, summer is the best season is an opinion. It's a subjective judgment that can vary from person to person. Understanding this distinction is vital because it shapes how we approach information. Facts form the bedrock of evidence-based thinking. They're the building blocks we use to construct our understanding of the world. Opinions, while valuable in their own right, need to be recognized for what they are: subjective viewpoints that may or may not align with factual reality. As we delve deeper into the world of evidence, we encounter different types that can inform our thinking. Broadly speaking, evidence can be categorized into qualitative and quantitative forms. Quantitative evidence deals with numbers and statistics. It's the realm of measurements, percentages, and data that can be analyzed mathematically. Qualitative evidence, on the other hand, is descriptive. It includes observations, interviews, and other forms of non-numerical information. Both types of evidence have their strengths and weaknesses. Quantitative evidence can provide precise, measurable insights, but it may miss nuances or contextual factors. Qualitative evidence can offer rich, detailed information, but it can be more subjective and harder to generalize. Another important distinction in evidence is between primary and secondary sources. Primary sources are original, first-hand accounts or raw data. They might include original research, studies, eyewitness accounts, or official documents. Secondary sources, by contrast, interpret or analyze primary sources. These could be news articles summarizing a research study or history books interpreting primary documents. Understanding these different types of evidence allows us to approach information more critically. We can ask ourselves, is this a primary or secondary source? Is it presenting qualitative or quantitative data? How might the type of evidence affect its reliability or applicability to our situation? Of course, not all evidence is created equal. Learning to evaluate the quality of evidence is a crucial skill in evidence-based thinking. When we encounter a piece of evidence, whether it's a scientific study, a news article, or a personal anecdote, we need to assess its credibility and relevance. Several criteria can help us in this evaluation process. First, we should consider the source of the evidence. Is it coming from a reputable, unbiased source? Has the information been peer-reviewed or verified by experts in the field? We should also look at the methodology used to gather the evidence. Was it collected in a systematic, rigorous way? Is the sample size adequate? The recency of the evidence is another important factor. In rapidly evolving fields, older evidence may be outdated. We should also consider whether the evidence is relevant to our specific question or situation. Evidence that's valid in one context may not be applicable in another. Strong evidence typically comes from well-designed studies, reputable sources, and has been replicated or confirmed by multiple independent sources. Weak evidence, on the other hand, might be based on small sample sizes, come from biased sources, or lack proper methodology. To put these concepts into practice, let's consider some practical exercises. One useful tool is an evidence evaluation checklist. This could include questions like, what is the source of this evidence? How was it collected? When was it published? Has it been peer-reviewed or independently verified? Is it relevant to my specific question? By systematically working through such a checklist, we can develop a habit of critically evaluating the evidence we encounter. Another valuable exercise is fact versus opinion analysis. Take a piece of writing, perhaps a news article or a social media post, and go through it line by line, identifying which statements are facts and which are opinions. This practice can sharpen our ability to distinguish between objective information and subjective interpretation. As we develop our skills in seeking and evaluating evidence, we can expect to see significant improvements in our critical thinking and decision-making abilities. At a good level, we'll develop the ability to identify credible sources of information. We'll become more discerning consumers of news and information, able to separate reliable sources from unreliable ones. An excellent outcome would be the consistent use of evidence in our decision-making processes. Rather than relying solely on intuition or hearsay, we'll habitually seek out and consider relevant evidence before making important choices. This evidence-based approach can lead to more informed, rational decisions in both our personal and professional lives. The best outcome, however, is the mastery of evidence-based thinking in all areas of life. At this level, seeking and evaluating evidence becomes second nature. We automatically question claims, look for supporting evidence, and adjust our beliefs and actions based on the best available information. This mastery allows us to navigate complex issues with confidence, make well-informed decisions, and continuously update our understanding of the world. Of course, as with any skill, there are potential pitfalls to be aware of in evidence-based thinking. One common issue is confirmation bias, our tendency to seek out evidence that confirms our existing beliefs while ignoring or dismissing evidence that contradicts them. To combat this, we need to actively seek out diverse perspectives and be willing to consider evidence that challenges our preconceptions. Another potential problem is over-reliance on weak evidence. In our eagerness to base our thinking on evidence, we might sometimes give too much weight to low-quality or irrelevant information. The solution is to prioritize high-quality sources and to be rigorous in our evaluation of evidence quality. As we conclude this chapter, reflect on the power of evidence-based thinking. By seeking out and critically evaluating evidence, we equip ourselves with a powerful tool for understanding the world and making informed decisions. We move beyond the limitations of personal opinion and hearsay, grounding our thoughts and actions in factual reality. But our journey doesn't end here. As powerful as evidence-based thinking is, it's not infallible. In the next chapter, we'll explore a hidden force that can subtly influence even the most evidence-driven thinker. It's a force that operates beneath the surface of our conscious awareness, shaping our perceptions and judgments in ways we might not realize. Are you ready to uncover the hidden biases that lurk in the shadows of our minds? Chapter 4: Spot Biases. As we journey deeper into the realm of critical thinking, we encounter a fascinating aspect of human cognition. It's an invisible force that shapes our perceptions, influences our decisions, and often leads us astray without our awareness. This force is so pervasive that it affects everyone, from novices to experts, in every field of human endeavor. Yet, despite its ubiquity, it remains largely unnoticed by most people. What is this mysterious force? It's the subject of our exploration in this chapter: cognitive biases. These mental shortcuts or heuristics are ingrained patterns of deviation from rationality in judgment. They're like invisible lenses through which we view the world, subtly distorting our perception of reality. But why should we care about these biases? Why is spotting them so crucial for enhanced critical thinking? The answer lies in our quest for truth and understanding. Biases can lead us to inaccurate conclusions, flawed decisions, and misguided beliefs. They can cause us to overlook important information, jump to unwarranted conclusions, or stubbornly cling to ideas in the face of contradictory evidence. By learning to spot these biases, we gain a powerful tool for more accurate perception of reality. We become better equipped to see the world as it truly is, rather than as our biased minds present it to us. This enhanced perception allows us to make more informed judgments and decisions, reducing errors that could lead us astray in our personal and professional lives. Moreover, understanding and overcoming biases is a key component of personal growth. It allows us to challenge our own assumptions, broaden our perspectives, and develop a more nuanced understanding of complex issues. In essence, spotting biases is about removing the distortions in our mental lenses, allowing us to see ourselves and the world around us more clearly. But what exactly are these cognitive biases? They come in many forms, each affecting our thinking in different ways. For instance, confirmation bias leads us to seek out information that confirms our existing beliefs while ignoring contradictory evidence. The availability heuristic causes us to overestimate the likelihood of events that are easily remembered, often leading to skewed risk assessments. The anchoring bias makes us rely too heavily on the first piece of information we receive when making decisions. These are just a few examples of the numerous biases that can influence our thinking. Each bias serves as a mental shortcut, a way for our brains to process information quickly and efficiently. In many cases, these shortcuts serve us well, allowing us to make rapid decisions in everyday situations. However, they can also lead us astray, particularly when we're dealing with complex issues or trying to make important decisions. Understanding how these biases affect our decision-making is crucial. Biases can lead us to overconfidence in our judgments, cause us to misinterpret statistical information, or make us susceptible to manipulation by others who understand and exploit these mental quirks. By recognizing the influence of biases, we can start to counteract their effects, leading to more rational and balanced thinking. But here's the tricky part. Identifying our own biases is notoriously difficult. We all have blind spots when it comes to our own thought processes. It's often much easier to spot biases in others than in ourselves. This phenomenon, known as the bias blind spot, is itself a cognitive bias. So how can we overcome this challenge and identify our personal biases? One powerful technique is self-reflection. By regularly examining our thoughts, decisions, and reactions, we can start to notice patterns that might indicate the presence of biases. Ask yourself, why did I reach this conclusion? What evidence am I considering, and what might I be overlooking? Am I dismissing certain viewpoints too quickly? Another effective approach is to seek feedback from others. Often, our friends, colleagues, or mentors can spot our biases more easily than we can ourselves. Be open to their observations and willing to consider their perspectives, even if they challenge your own views. Once we've identified our biases, the next step is learning to overcome them. This process, often called debiasing, involves a range of techniques designed to counteract the effects of cognitive biases. One effective strategy is to actively seek out information that contradicts your initial beliefs or assumptions. This can help counteract confirmation bias and broaden your perspective. Another powerful technique is to slow down your decision-making process. Many biases thrive in situations where we're making quick, intuitive judgments. By taking the time to carefully consider your options and examine the evidence, you can often spot and correct for biases before they lead you astray. Creating bias-resistant thinking habits is also crucial. This might involve regularly challenging your own assumptions, seeking diverse perspectives on issues, or using structured decision-making frameworks that force you to consider multiple angles before reaching a conclusion. To put these concepts into practice, consider keeping a bias identification journal. Each day, reflect on a decision you made or a judgment you formed. Try to identify any biases that might have influenced your thinking. Were you swayed by the opinions of others? Bandwagon effect? Did you give too much weight to recent events? Recency bias? By regularly engaging in this practice, you'll become more adept at spotting biases in real time. Group discussions can also be a valuable tool for increasing bias awareness. By discussing potential biases with others, you can benefit from diverse perspectives and insights. These discussions can help uncover blind spots and challenge assumptions in a supportive environment. As you develop your skills in spotting and overcoming biases, you can expect to see significant improvements in your critical thinking abilities. At a good level, you'll develop an awareness of your personal biases. You'll start to notice when your thinking might be skewed and be able to pause and reassess your judgments. An excellent outcome would be the ability to actively mitigate biases in your decision-making processes. You'll not only recognize when biases are at play, but also be able to implement strategies to counteract their effects, leading to more balanced and rational choices. The best outcome, however, is the mastery of unbiased thinking. At this level, bias-resistant thinking becomes second nature. You'll automatically consider multiple perspectives, seek out diverse information, and make decisions based on careful, balanced analysis rather than knee-jerk reactions or ingrained mental shortcuts. Of course, the journey to unbiased thinking is not without its challenges. One common pitfall is the denial of biases. It's human nature to believe that we're more rational and objective than we really are. Overcoming this requires a hefty dose of humility and open-mindedness. Remember, acknowledging your biases isn't a sign of weakness. It's a mark of intellectual maturity and a crucial step toward more accurate thinking. Another potential issue is incomplete bias identification. We might become aware of some of our biases while remaining blind to others. To address this, it's important to continually educate yourself about different types of biases and to seek diverse feedback from others who might spot biases you've missed. As we conclude this chapter, reflect on the power of bias awareness in your journey toward enhanced critical thinking. By learning to spot and overcome cognitive biases, you're equipping yourself with a powerful tool for more accurate perception and decision-making. You're peeling back layers of distortion to see the world and yourself more clearly. But our exploration of the human mind doesn't end here. In the next chapter, we'll delve into another crucial aspect of critical thinking. It's a skill that allows us to navigate the vast sea of information we encounter daily, separating truth from fiction, fact from opinion. Are you ready to sharpen your mental toolkit even further? Prepare to discover the art of distinguishing signal from noise in the cacophony of modern information. Chapter 5. Evaluate claims. In our journey through the landscape of critical thinking, we've now arrived at a crucial juncture. Imagine standing at the edge of a vast ocean, its waters teeming with information of all kinds. Some of these waters are clear and refreshing, offering insights that can quench our thirst for knowledge. Others, however, are murky and treacherous, filled with misleading currents that can pull us off course. How do we navigate these waters safely? How do we distinguish between the information that will nourish our minds and that which might lead us astray? This chapter is your guide to developing that discernment, to becoming a skilled navigator in the sea of information that surrounds us daily. But why is this skill so crucial for enhanced critical thinking? In our modern world, we're constantly bombarded with information from countless sources. Social media, news outlets, friends, colleagues, and even strangers all contribute to this deluge. Each piece of information carries with it a claim, an assertion about reality that may or may not be true. Our ability to evaluate these claims effectively is more than just an academic exercise. It's a vital skill that enhances our discernment in processing information. By honing this skill, we become better equipped to separate fact from fiction, truth from falsehood. We develop a finer filter for the information we encounter, allowing us to absorb what's valuable and discard what's not. Moreover, this skill plays a crucial role in preventing the spread of misinformation. In an age where false information can spread rapidly through social networks and digital platforms, our ability to critically evaluate claims becomes a social responsibility. By developing this skill, we not only protect ourselves from being misled, but also contribute to a more informed society. To begin our exploration, let's consider the anatomy of a claim. At its core, a claim is an assertion about reality. It's a statement that purports to convey information about the world, about how things are or should be. But claims come in many forms, and understanding their components is the first step in evaluating them effectively. Claims typically consist of several elements. There's the subject of the claim, what or who it's about. There's the predicate, what's being asserted about the subject. And often, there are qualifiers or conditions that specify the circumstances under which the claim is supposed to hold true. It's important to distinguish claims from opinions. While opinions are subjective statements of belief or feeling, claims are statements that can, at least in principle, be verified or falsified. The sky is blue is a claim. Blue is the best color is an opinion. Learning to differentiate between the two is crucial for effective evaluation. Once we understand what constitutes a claim, the next step is assessing its credibility. This process involves several key aspects, with source evaluation being one of the most critical. Who is making the claim? What are their qualifications? Do they have any potential biases or conflicts of interest? These questions help us gauge the reliability of the source. But even credible sources can sometimes make mistakes or present incomplete information. That's why fact-checking is another crucial component of claim evaluation. This involves verifying the claim against other reliable sources, looking for corroborating evidence, and considering alternative explanations. As we delve deeper into the evaluation process, we encounter the realm of critical analysis techniques. One powerful tool in this domain is the identification of logical fallacies. These are common errors in reasoning that can make an argument seem stronger than it really is. Ad hominem attacks, false dichotomies, and appeals to emotion are just a few examples of the many logical fallacies we might encounter. Another valuable approach is to apply the scientific method to our everyday thinking. This doesn't mean we need to set up controlled experiments for every claim we encounter. Rather, it's about adopting a systematic, evidence-based approach to evaluating information. It involves formulating hypotheses, seeking evidence, and being willing to revise our conclusions based on new information. To truly internalize these skills, practice is essential. One practical exercise you might find helpful is claim evaluation practice. Take a claim you encounter in your daily life, perhaps from a news article or a social media post. Break it down into its components, evaluate the credibility of the source, and look for supporting or contradicting evidence. What logical fallacies, if any, are present in the argument? What would it take to verify or falsify the claim? Another useful exercise is source credibility analysis. Choose a source of information you regularly rely on, a news outlet, a blog, or a social media account. Investigate its track record for accuracy, its potential biases, and its methods for gathering and verifying information. This practice can help you develop a more nuanced understanding of the sources you encounter. As you develop your skills in evaluating claims, you can expect to see significant improvements in your critical thinking abilities. At a good level, you'll develop the ability to identify credible claims. You'll become more discerning in the information you accept and share, less likely to be swayed by unfounded assertions or emotional appeals. An excellent outcome would be the consistent application of evaluation techniques across various contexts. Whether you're reading a scientific paper, listening to a political speech, or scrolling through your social media feed, you'll automatically engage your critical faculties, subjecting claims to rigorous scrutiny. The best outcome, however, is mastery of claim evaluation in all contexts. At this level, the process becomes second nature. You'll effortlessly dissect complex arguments, spot subtle logical fallacies, and navigate even the most contentious issues with clarity and discernment. This mastery empowers you to form well-founded opinions, make informed decisions, and contribute meaningfully to discussions on a wide range of topics. Of course, the path to this mastery is not without its challenges. One common pitfall is misjudging credibility. We might be too quick to accept claims from sources we trust, or too dismissive of information that challenges our existing beliefs. To guard against this, it's crucial to cross-check information with multiple reliable sources, even or especially when a claim aligns with our preconceptions. Another potential issue is overlooking logical fallacies, particularly when they're subtly embedded in persuasive rhetoric. The solution here is regular practice in critical analysis. By consistently applying the techniques we've discussed, we can sharpen our ability to spot these fallacies even when they're not immediately obvious. As we conclude this chapter, reflect on the power of claim evaluation in your journey toward enhanced critical thinking. By developing this skill, you're equipping yourself with a powerful tool for navigating the complex information landscape of our modern world. You're developing the ability to see beyond surface-level assertions, to dig deeper and uncover the truth that lies beneath. But our exploration doesn't end here. As powerful as these evaluation skills are, they're just one piece of the puzzle. In the next chapter, we'll explore a concept that might seem counterintuitive at first. It's an approach that embraces what we don't know, that finds strength in acknowledging our limitations. Are you ready to discover how uncertainty can become your greatest ally in the quest for knowledge and understanding? Chapter 6: Embrace Uncertainty. As we venture further into the realm of critical thinking, we encounter a concept that might seem paradoxical at first glance. It's an idea that challenges our natural inclinations, pushing us beyond our comfort zones and into uncharted territory. This chapter invites you to explore a powerful force that, when harnessed correctly, can become a catalyst for personal growth and intellectual evolution. Imagine standing at the edge of a vast, unexplored wilderness. The path ahead is unclear, shrouded in mist. Your instinct might be to retreat to familiar ground, to stick with what you know. But what if, instead of viewing this unknown terrain as a threat, you saw it as an opportunity? What if the very absence of a clear path became your greatest asset? This is the essence of embracing uncertainty. It's about recognizing that the unknown isn't something to be feared or avoided, but rather a rich source of potential waiting to be tapped. In a world that often demands certainty and definitive answers, learning to be comfortable with ambiguity can set you apart, enhancing your critical thinking skills in profound ways. But why is this acceptance of uncertainty so crucial for enhanced critical thinking? At its core, embracing uncertainty encourages adaptability and openness. When we acknowledge that we don't have all the answers, we become more receptive to new information and perspectives. This openness is the fertile ground from which innovative thinking springs. Consider how often breakthroughs in science, technology, or any field of human endeavor have come from questioning established certainties. It's in the spaces of uncertainty, where the boundaries of our knowledge are pushed, that true innovation occurs. By cultivating a comfort with the unknown, we position ourselves to be at the forefront of new discoveries and insights. Moreover, uncertainty acts as a safeguard against rigid thinking. When we're too certain of our knowledge or beliefs, we risk becoming inflexible, unable to adapt to new information or changing circumstances. Embracing uncertainty keeps our minds agile, ready to pivot and evolve as we encounter new evidence or experiences. But what exactly is the value of uncertainty? Far from being a mere absence of knowledge, uncertainty is a powerful driver of innovation. It's the spark that ignites curiosity, prompting us to ask questions, explore possibilities, and seek out new information. In the realm of personal growth, uncertainty is equally valuable. It pushes us out of our comfort zones, challenging us to develop new skills and perspectives. Think of uncertainty as a vast, unexplored ocean of possibility. Each unanswered question, each ambiguous situation is an invitation to dive deeper, to explore further. It's in these uncharted waters that we often find our most profound insights and make our most significant personal breakthroughs. Of course, embracing uncertainty doesn't mean abandoning all structure or living in a constant state of doubt. Rather, it's about developing a comfort with ambiguity, an ability to navigate unclear situations with confidence and curiosity. This comfort with ambiguity is a skill that can be cultivated over time, much like building a muscle through regular exercise. Developing tolerance for uncertainty starts with recognizing our natural aversion to it. Humans are pattern-seeking creatures. We like to categorize, label, and understand our world. Ambiguity challenges this tendency, which can make us uncomfortable. By acknowledging this discomfort and choosing to lean into it rather than away from it, we begin to build our tolerance. One powerful way to develop this tolerance is through mindfulness practices. By learning to observe our thoughts and reactions without judgment, we can start to notice our reflexive responses to uncertainty. Over time, we can learn to pause in these moments of ambiguity, to sit with the discomfort rather than rushing to resolve it. This increased comfort with uncertainty can have profound effects on our decision-making abilities, particularly in complex or ambiguous situations. When we're not driven by a need for immediate certainty, we can take the time to gather more information, consider multiple perspectives, and make more nuanced, context-appropriate decisions. But embracing uncertainty isn't just about tolerating it, it's about actively learning from it. Every uncertain situation is a potential learning opportunity. When we encounter something we don't understand or a situation with an unclear outcome, we have the chance to expand our knowledge and skills. This approach to uncertainty as a learning tool requires a shift in perspective. Instead of seeing ambiguity as a problem to be solved, we can view it as a puzzle to be explored. Each piece of new information, each unexpected outcome, becomes a valuable data point in our ongoing quest for understanding. Moreover, uncertainty is a powerful teacher when it comes to adapting to change. In an ever-evolving world, the ability to navigate uncertainty is increasingly valuable. By regularly exposing ourselves to uncertain situations and learning to thrive in them, we develop the resilience and adaptability needed to succeed in a rapidly changing environment. To put these concepts into practice, consider some practical exercises. One effective approach is to intentionally expose yourself to ambiguous situations in low-stakes contexts. This might involve trying new activities where you're not sure of the outcome, or engaging with ideas that challenge your existing beliefs. The goal is not to resolve the ambiguity, but to become more comfortable existing within it. Another useful exercise is scenario planning for uncertainty. This involves imagining various possible futures and considering how you might respond to each. The value isn't in predicting the future accurately, but in developing the mental flexibility to adapt to a range of potential outcomes. As you develop your ability to embrace uncertainty, you can expect to see significant improvements in your critical thinking and decision-making abilities. At a good level, you'll find yourself increasingly comfortable with uncertainty. You'll be less rattled by ambiguous situations and more able to maintain your composure in the face of the unknown. An excellent outcome would be the ability to make effective decisions in ambiguous situations. You'll be able to gather and analyze available information, consider multiple possibilities, and choose a course of action without being paralyzed by the lack of complete certainty. The best outcome, however, is mastery of uncertainty as a tool for growth. At this level, you'll actively seek out uncertain situations as opportunities for learning and development. You'll use ambiguity as a catalyst for creativity and innovation, leveraging it to push the boundaries of your knowledge and capabilities. Of course, the path to embracing uncertainty is not without its challenges. One common pitfall is the fear of uncertainty itself. This fear can be paralyzing, preventing us from taking necessary risks or exploring new possibilities. The solution is gradual exposure to ambiguous situations, slowly building your tolerance over time. Another potential issue is overconfidence in the face of uncertainty. While embracing uncertainty is valuable, it's important not to swing to the opposite extreme of dismissing all certainty. The key is to balance openness to the unknown with evidence-based thinking, using uncertainty as a tool for exploration while still grounding your decisions in solid information when it's available. As we conclude this chapter, reflect on the power of uncertainty in your journey toward enhanced critical thinking. By learning to embrace the unknown, you're opening yourself up to a world of possibility. You're developing the mental agility to navigate complex situations, the curiosity to continually expand your understanding, and the resilience to thrive in an ever-changing world. But our exploration doesn't end here. As powerful as embracing uncertainty can be, it's just one piece of the puzzle. In the next chapter, we'll delve into a concept that might seem at odds with conventional wisdom. It's an approach that questions the very foundations of our beliefs and societal norms. Are you ready to discover how challenging the status quo can lead to unprecedented personal growth and societal progress? Chapter 7, Challenge Norms. As we delve deeper into our journey of critical thinking, we encounter a concept that might initially seem unsettling, even rebellious. It's an idea that asks us to look beyond the familiar, to question the very fabric of our social existence. But what if this apparent rebellion is actually the key to unlocking our true potential? Imagine for a moment that you're wearing a pair of glasses. You've worn these glasses for so long that you've forgotten you're wearing them. They color everything you see, shaping your perception of the world around you. Now, what if someone told you that these glasses weren't actually yours? That they were given to you by society, and that by removing them, you might see the world in a completely different light? This chapter is about those metaphorical glasses. It's about recognizing the invisible lenses through which we view the world and having the courage to question whether they truly serve us. It's about challenging norms, those unwritten rules and expectations that shape our behavior, beliefs, and even our dreams. But why is challenging norms so crucial for enhanced critical thinking? At its core, this practice promotes independent thinking. When we question societal norms, we're exercising our ability to think for ourselves, to evaluate ideas based on their merit rather than their popularity or tradition. This independence of thought is a cornerstone of critical thinking, allowing us to approach problems and ideas with fresh perspectives. Moreover, challenging norms encourages authenticity and self-alignment. Many of us unconsciously adopt beliefs and behaviors simply because they're expected of us, without considering whether they truly resonate with our personal values. By questioning these norms, we open the door to living more authentic lives, aligned with our true selves, rather than societal expectations. To truly understand the power of challenging norms, we must first understand what norms are and how they form. Societal norms are the unwritten rules that govern behavior in a given culture or community. They can range from simple etiquette, like saying please and thank you, to more complex expectations about career paths, relationships, or lifestyle choices. These norms don't form in a vacuum. They're the result of collective human behavior over time, shaped by history, culture, and shared experiences. In many ways, norms serve a valuable purpose. They provide a framework for social interaction, create a sense of belonging, and can promote social cohesion. However, the impact of norms on individual thinking can be profound and not always positive. Norms can limit our perception of what's possible, constrain our choices, and even shape our dreams and aspirations. They can lead us to dismiss ideas or opportunities simply because they don't fit with what's normal or expected. This is where the power of questioning comes in. By examining our personal beliefs and the societal norms we've internalized, we can begin to distinguish between those that serve us and those that limit us. This process of examination isn't about rejecting all norms outright. Rather, it's about consciously choosing which norms to accept and which to challenge. One technique for examining personal beliefs is the 5 whys method. When you encounter a belief or assumption, ask yourself why 5 times in succession. Each answer becomes the basis for the next question. This simple yet powerful technique can help uncover the root of your beliefs and whether they truly align with your values. When it comes to evaluating the validity of societal norms, it's helpful to consider their origins and purposes. Ask yourself, who benefits from this norm? What would happen if this norm didn't exist? Is this norm based on current realities, or is it an outdated remnant of past circumstances? As you engage in this process of questioning and evaluation, you may find yourself on a path to forging a more authentic life. This journey involves aligning your actions with your personal values, which may sometimes mean departing from societal expectations. Aligning actions with personal values requires first identifying what those values are. What principles are most important to you? What kind of person do you want to be? Once you've clarified your values, you can begin to make choices that reflect them, even if those choices go against societal norms. Of course, challenging norms and living authentically often involves overcoming the fear of nonconformity. It's natural to feel anxious about standing out or going against the grain. Remember, though, that many of history's greatest innovators and changemakers were those who dared to challenge the status quo. To put these concepts into practice, consider engaging in norm-challenging scenarios. This might involve deliberately breaking a harmless social norm, like wearing mismatched socks, and observing your feelings and others' reactions. The goal isn't to be disruptive, but to become more aware of how norms influence behavior and to build comfort with nonconformity. Another valuable exercise is a personal values assessment. Take time to reflect on and articulate your core values. Then, examine how well your current lifestyle and choices align with these values. Are there areas where societal expectations are causing you to live in ways that don't reflect your true self? As you develop your ability to challenge norms, you can expect to see significant growth in your critical thinking and personal development. At a good level, you'll develop an awareness of societal influences. You'll start to recognize how norms shape your thoughts and behaviors, allowing you to make more conscious choices. An excellent outcome would be the ability to live authentically. You'll be able to make choices based on your personal values and beliefs, even when they diverge from societal expectations. This authenticity often leads to greater personal fulfillment and can inspire others to live more genuine lives as well. The best outcome, however, is mastery of independent thought and action. At this level, you'll not only be able to recognize and challenge norms, but also to create new, more positive norms in your spheres of influence. You'll become a thought leader, capable of inspiring change and progress in your communities and beyond. Of course, challenging norms isn't without its difficulties. One common challenge is social backlash. When we go against societal expectations, we may face criticism or ostracism from others who are uncomfortable with nonconformity. To navigate this, it's crucial to build a supportive community of like-minded individuals who value authenticity and independent thinking. Another potential issue is internal conflict. As you question long-held beliefs and norms, you may experience periods of doubt or cognitive dissonance. Regular self-reflection and adjustment can help navigate these internal conflicts. Remember, growth often involves discomfort, and these moments of internal tension can be signs of positive change. As we conclude this chapter, reflect on the power of challenging norms in your journey toward enhanced critical thinking. By questioning societal expectations and aligning your life with your true values, you're not just improving your own life, you're contributing to the evolution of society itself. You're becoming a conscious creator of culture rather than a passive consumer. But our exploration doesn't end here. As powerful as challenging norms can be, it's just one step on the path to true intellectual and personal growth. In the next chapter, we'll delve into a process that takes everything we've learned so far and synthesizes it into a powerful force for ongoing development. Are you ready to discover how the constant refinement of your beliefs can lead to unprecedented levels of wisdom and understanding? Prepare to embark on a journey of perpetual growth and enlightenment. Chapter 8, Refined Beliefs. As we journey deeper into the realm of critical thinking, we encounter a concept that might initially seem counterintuitive. It's an idea that challenges our natural inclination towards certainty and stability. But what if the key to true wisdom and personal growth lies not in holding steadfast to our beliefs, but in their constant evolution? Imagine for a moment that your mind is like a vast library. Each book on its shelves represents a belief or idea you hold. Some of these books have been there for as long as you can remember, their covers worn and pages yellowed with age. Others are newer editions, their spines still stiff and pages crisp. Now, what if I told you that the most valuable skill you could develop is not just adding new books to this library, but also updating, revising, and sometimes even removing the existing ones? This chapter is about that process of ongoing revision and refinement. It's about developing the ability to adapt our beliefs in response to new knowledge and experiences. It's a practice that lies at the heart of true intellectual growth and personal development. But why is this constant refinement of beliefs so crucial for enhanced critical thinking? At its core, this practice encourages continuous learning and adaptation. When we're open to refining our beliefs, we create a mindset that's always ready to absorb new information and integrate new experiences. This openness to learning is a fundamental characteristic of critical thinkers and lifelong learners. Moreover, the practice of refining beliefs prevents stagnation in personal development. Our world is constantly changing, with new discoveries and insights emerging every day. If our beliefs remain static, we risk becoming outdated, our understanding of the world increasingly at odds with reality. By continuously refining our beliefs, we ensure that our personal growth keeps pace with the ever-evolving world around us. To truly understand the power of belief refinement, we must first understand how beliefs form and change. Our beliefs are shaped by a complex interplay of factors: our experiences, our education, our cultural context, and the information we're exposed to. Some beliefs are formed through careful consideration and analysis, while others are absorbed more passively from our environment. The process of belief change is equally complex. Sometimes a single powerful experience or piece of information can dramatically shift a belief. More often, belief change is a gradual process, with new information slowly chipping away at old certainties until a tipping point is reached. Recognizing outdated beliefs is a crucial skill in this process. These are beliefs that may have served us well in the past, but are no longer aligned with current realities or our evolving understanding of the world. They might be assumptions about how things work, expectations about life or career paths, or ideas about ourselves and our capabilities that no longer hold true. As we encounter new information that challenges our existing beliefs, we face the task of integrating this knowledge into our belief systems. This process can be uncomfortable, even disorienting at times. It requires us to hold our beliefs lightly, to be willing to examine them critically and update them when necessary. Overcoming resistance to change is often the biggest hurdle in this process. We humans are naturally inclined towards consistency and stability in our beliefs. Changing a belief can feel like losing a part of ourselves or admitting that we were wrong. But it's crucial to remember that updating our beliefs in light of new evidence isn't a sign of weakness or inconsistency. It's a sign of intellectual maturity and growth. The key to mastering this process is to engage in continuous belief refinement. This involves regular self-assessment practices where we take time to examine our beliefs and assumptions critically. We might ask ourselves, what evidence supports this belief? What evidence contradicts it? How has my understanding of this topic evolved over time? There are various techniques for updating our mental models, the frameworks through which we understand the world. One powerful approach is to actively seek out information that challenges our existing beliefs. This might involve reading books or articles that present different perspectives, engaging in discussions with people who hold different views, or deliberately exposing ourselves to new experiences that push us out of our comfort zones. To put these concepts into practice, consider engaging in belief audit exercises. Set aside time regularly to list out some of your core beliefs about various aspects of life: your work, relationships, society, or personal capabilities. For each belief, ask yourself, how did I come to hold this belief? What evidence supports it? What evidence might contradict it? Has this belief been serving me well, or might it be limiting me in some way? Another valuable exercise is cognitive flexibility training. This involves deliberately practicing looking at situations from multiple perspectives. When faced with a problem or decision, challenge yourself to come up with several different ways of interpreting the situation or approaching the problem. This practice can help break us out of rigid thinking patterns and make us more open to new ideas and perspectives. As you develop your ability to refine beliefs, you can expect to see significant growth in your critical thinking and personal development. At a good level, you'll develop an awareness of belief dynamics. You'll start to recognize how your beliefs form and change over time, and you'll become more conscious of the factors influencing your beliefs. An excellent outcome would be the ability to adapt beliefs effectively. You'll be able to integrate new information smoothly into your belief systems, updating your understanding of the world in real time as you encounter new evidence and experiences. The best outcome, however, is mastery of belief refinement for growth. At this level, the process of examining and updating your beliefs becomes second nature. You'll constantly be evolving your understanding of the world, your beliefs becoming more nuanced, more aligned with reality, and more useful for navigating life's complexities. Of course, the path of continuous belief refinement isn't without its challenges. One common issue is resistance to change. Even when we intellectually understand the need to update our beliefs, we might find ourselves emotionally attached to old ways of thinking. To address this, it's important to cultivate open-mindedness as a core value. Remind yourself regularly that being willing to change your mind in light of new evidence is a strength, not a weakness. Another potential pitfall is over-adaptation, becoming so fluid in our beliefs that we lose all sense of stability or core principles. The solution here is to distinguish between core values and specific beliefs. While our understanding of the world should be open to constant refinement, our fundamental values, things like honesty, compassion, or the pursuit of truth, can remain as anchors, guiding our process of belief refinement. As we conclude this chapter, reflect on the power of belief refinement in your journey toward enhanced critical thinking. By cultivating the ability to constantly update and refine your beliefs, you're not just accumulating knowledge, you're developing wisdom. You're becoming more adaptable, more nuanced in your understanding, and more capable of navigating the complexities of our ever-changing world. But our exploration doesn't end here. As powerful as the practice of refining beliefs can be, it's just one part of a larger process. In the next chapter, we'll explore how all the skills and practices we've discussed so far come together in a dynamic cycle of growth and development. Are you ready to discover how skepticism, questioning, evidence-seeking, and belief refinement can create a self-reinforcing loop of continuous improvement? Prepare to unlock the secret of perpetual growth and lifelong learning. Chapter 9, The Growth Cycle. As we reach the final chapter of our journey, we stand at the threshold of a profound realization. Everything we've explored so far, from embracing doubt to refining beliefs, isn't just a collection of isolated skills. It's an interconnected system, a self-reinforcing cycle that can propel you towards continuous growth and self-improvement. Imagine for a moment that you're standing at the base of a spiral staircase. Each step represents a skill or concept we've discussed: questioning, seeking evidence, challenging norms, refining beliefs. As you ascend this staircase, you're not just moving upward, but also in a circular motion. With each revolution, you revisit these skills, but from a higher vantage point, with greater understanding and mastery. This is the essence of the growth cycle we're about to explore. It's a model of personal development that doesn't have an endpoint, but rather continues to elevate you throughout your life. It's a process that transforms skepticism from a mere intellectual exercise into a powerful engine of personal evolution. But before we delve into the mechanics of this cycle, let's take a moment to reflect on how the journey you've undertaken through this book has already begun to empower you. By now, you've likely noticed a shift in how you approach decisions and complex situations. Where once you might have felt overwhelmed or uncertain, you now have a toolkit of critical thinking skills at your disposal. This newfound confidence in decision-making comes from your ability to question assumptions, seek evidence, and evaluate claims critically. You're no longer at the mercy of others' opinions or societal norms. Instead, you can navigate complex situations with a clear head and a discerning eye, making choices that are truly aligned with your values and goals. But the impact of these skills extends far beyond your individual decision-making. They have the power to transform your relationships as well. Think about how your interactions with others have changed as you've developed your critical thinking skills. You're likely finding that you're a better listener, more capable of understanding different perspectives without immediately judging them. This improved communication through critical thinking allows for deeper, more meaningful conversations. You're able to engage with ideas rather than just reacting to them, to explore differences of opinion with curiosity rather than defensiveness. This not only leads to better understanding, but also fosters greater empathy. By questioning your own assumptions and beliefs, you become more open to understanding others, even when they differ from your own. Now, consider what you're capable of achieving that you couldn't before. You've developed mastery of skepticism as a tool for growth. This isn't about being cynical or dismissive, but about approaching life with a spirit of inquiry and openness. You're able to question not just others' ideas, but your own as well, constantly refining your understanding of the world. This mastery equips you with the ability to adapt and thrive in changing environments. In a world that's evolving at an unprecedented pace, this adaptability is more valuable than ever. You're no longer bound by rigid thinking or outdated beliefs. Instead, you can flex and grow with each new challenge or opportunity that comes your way. But here's the truly exciting part. As you continue to practice these concepts, you'll find that your results improve with less and less effort. It's like learning to ride a bicycle. At first, it takes all your concentration just to stay upright, but with practice, it becomes second nature, freeing your mind to enjoy the ride and explore new paths. By building habits for ongoing questioning and critical thinking, you create a self-sustaining engine of growth. Each question leads to new insights, which in turn spark more questions. Each belief you refine opens up new possibilities for understanding. It's a virtuous cycle that gains momentum over time. This brings us to the heart of our discussion, the skepticism-driven growth model. This model consists of several key components that work together in a cyclical fashion. It starts with questioning, the willingness to challenge assumptions and ask why. This leads to seeking evidence, evaluating claims critically, and potentially challenging established norms. As you gather new information and insights, you enter the phase of adapting beliefs. This isn't about changing your mind on a whim, but about refining your understanding based on the best available evidence. This updated understanding then informs your actions, leading to new experiences and observations, which in turn spark new questions. And so the cycle continues, spiraling upward towards ever greater understanding and capability. The key to making this model work is integrating skepticism into your daily life. This doesn't mean adopting a negative or cynical outlook. Rather, it's about cultivating a spirit of curiosity and openness. It's about approaching each day, each interaction, each piece of information with a willingness to learn and grow. Of course, sustaining this cycle over the long term requires effort and commitment. It's important to build habits that support ongoing questioning and critical thinking. This might involve setting aside time each day for reflection, regularly seeking out new information that challenges your current beliefs, or engaging in discussions with people who have different perspectives. There will inevitably be times when you hit plateaus in your growth. These are natural and shouldn't be seen as failures. Instead, view them as opportunities to reassess and adjust your approach. Sometimes, overcoming a plateau might require diving deeper into a particular area of study. Other times, it might mean stepping back and looking at things from a fresh perspective. The beauty of this growth cycle is its versatility. It can be applied to virtually any area of your life where you seek improvement. In your personal development, it can help you become more self-aware, more resilient, and more aligned with your true values and goals. You might find yourself breaking free from limiting beliefs, developing new skills with greater ease, or navigating personal challenges with increased wisdom and grace. In your professional life, this cycle can drive continuous improvement and innovation. It can help you stay ahead of industry trends, adapt to changing market conditions, and find creative solutions to complex problems. You might find yourself becoming a more effective leader, a more valuable team member, or a more successful entrepreneur. As we conclude this book, I want to leave you with a powerful realization. The skills and concepts we've explored aren't just tools for better thinking, they're keys to unlocking your full potential as a human being. By embracing skepticism and critical thinking, you're not just improving your mind, you're transforming your entire approach to life. You're stepping into a new way of being, one where growth isn't just a goal, but a constant, exhilarating reality. You're no longer a passive recipient of information and ideas, but an active creator of knowledge and understanding. You're not just living life, you're authoring it, shaping it with intention and wisdom. This journey of growth and self-discovery doesn't end with the closing of this book. In fact, it's only just beginning. The path ahead is filled with endless possibilities for learning, for growth, for becoming more fully yourself. And the best part? You now have the tools to navigate this path with confidence, curiosity, and joy. So, as you close this book and step back into your daily life, remember this: every question you ask, every assumption you challenge, every belief you refine is a step towards a richer, more authentic, more empowered version of yourself. You're not just thinking critically, you're living critically, approaching each day with the spirit of inquiry and the courage to grow. The world is waiting for you, not as a passive observer, but as an active participant, a creator, a force for positive change. As you embrace the power of skepticism and critical thinking, you'll find yourself better equipped to navigate life's complexities. But to truly excel in this new mindset, you'll need to develop robust habits that support your growth. There's a crucial next step in your journey, one that can dramatically amplify the benefits you've gained from this book. Curious about how to make critical thinking an effortless part of your daily life? The answer lies in the audiobook Think Sharp: Developing Critical Thinking Habits, your essential guide to transforming these skills into automatic, powerful habits that will revolutionize your decision-making and problem-solving abilities. Tap the center of the video now to continue your transformation journey.